one interesting stat that further helps illustrate Carter's ability.
Yeah, we talked about Etienne earlier, how his rushing average actually fell off last year. Carter had his best season on a per touch basis last year. He was 8 yards per carry running the ball, 10.7 catching the ball. And, it just sort of felt like, obviously it's nice to have a running mate. Javonte Williams helped to, take some of the tread, the tough carries inside. But as you said, that toughness is absolutely there with Carter. He can bury his head and knock a linebacker over or a safety or whatever. But he also is always falling forward. He has a great sort of sense of where he is on the field. He's got that little burst to get around the edge. And those numbers back it up. You don't average 8 yards a carry and get as many touches as he did and not be pretty talented at that.
It's the burst again. For me, 29 carries of 15 plus yards per PFF. That was RB1 per PFFs in this statistical category. So, I'm like, the more we're talking about him, because also, like, I feel like, I don't know how you do it because you also have defensive players to dig into, but at a certain point you're like, well, what does this guy do? And I feel like Carter gets a little bit muddied because he doesn't, you think of Harris, you're like, oh, I know what he is. He's the super productive one. And
right.
Then Williams has got the smash and Etienne is the burst. And then you get to Carter and you're like, I can't think of the one thing. And so he doesn't come top of mind most immediately. But as we're discussing him, I am liking him more and more, and I'm thinking more about a fantasy project. And while I think he will probably be drafted behind Javonte Williams, I'll let you expound on that a little more. I think he'll be drafted behind, but I think for fantasy purposes, I would probably prefer to lean into the value that Carter is likely to present